Okay, so a few years back, I had to start being honest with myself, and something wasn't working. My husband and I were working really great jobs. We were bringing in great money as a couple, but we were still living paycheck to paycheck. We couldn't we couldn't clear our credit cards. And it was so frustrating because we'd spend all this time apart working, and yet we would only see each other for, a few weeks at a time to go on vacation and really spend that quality time together. And that wasn't what we were desiring. We wanted to spend our life together. We wanted to hang out on the weekends. We wanted to be able to plan road trips and have a lot more freedom. But what happened was whenever we looked at our credit card, we couldn't quite get ahead. The same went with my salon. I loved doing what I was doing, but I recognized the cost of business kept going up and up and up. And there was always a couple $1,000s on my credit card. I could never pay it off. And I wasn't comfortable with that. I had brought a $30,000 student loan into my relationship with Ryan. Ryan never went to university. He got involved in real estate and started flipping homes when he was 19, flipping condo after condo and making money that way. And that was why we were living in the beautiful house that we had downtown. And then in turn, we're able to sell that and buy the property that we have now. But I brought debt into that relationship. And at the time I thought it was normal. I don't know about you, but like with student loans and everything, I was like, oh, it's normal to be in debt. I didn't realize that it would plague me and plague us for a very long time. Now, I got to change that story a little bit because a couple of years into our relationship, I didn't want to bring baggage into this relationship with a guy that I knew that I wanted to marry. So I worked very hard that first year. I worked 2 jobs and I cleared off $12,000 of that $30,000. And Ryan saw what I was doing to try and get ahead because I wanted to be an equal partner. I wanted him to see me as somebody he wanted to build a life with and not someone he had to build a life for. And that was really important to me, to show him that I could stand on my own 2 feet and that I was there to be a partner. So I was very grateful after paying off that bit of debt that he remortgaged and rolled my student loan into our mortgage, into our debt. And he said, Christina, now we're a team. Now from this day forward, we're a team. Well, it always weighed heavy on my heart that there was credit card debt and that I would work my butt off and I would be exhausted at the end of the day. And there was still credit card debt. And yet we would still take time to go on vacation and go into a little bit more debt because we felt like we'd worked so hard that we deserved those vacations. And it was never, hey, like we could bank some money here. We weren't dreaming bigger because we were just living paycheck to paycheck and just paying off our credit cards, like as much as we could so that we didn't incur a ton of interest, So it was really tough. And we would dream. We would go and we'd go on dates and we'd sit over dinner and we would dream and we'd talk about, traveling the world together and having a family. And my biggest piece of it was I always wanted a family cottage. I know that sounds so silly, but where I grew up, there was a lake and there was a lot of float cabins. And the families that I was always so envious of the families that had float cabins because they would get to go fishing and go tubing and water skiing. And they would spend so much time together as a family. It wasn't in front of a TV, it was around a campfire. And to me, that life with a family sounded amazing. And every time I was up there, I just had, such a great time being unplugged and with people that I cared about. And I thought, if I can be that family, I get like a little bit sappy sometimes, but if I can be that family for my daughter or for my kids, if I can be that family where she gets to invite her friends to the lake and we have campfires and the kids get to go out on the boat and we get to help have those amazing summer memories, and then they come back. Oh, I don't know why I got so emotional. But then they come back over the years with their families. Like, to me, that's the kind of life that I want to live. I want to be around the people that I love and I want to do, wow, I didn't realize I'd be so emotional about it. But I really wanted that for my family. And it might be really simple. It might not be, extravagant. But for me, it was the memories and the time that I got to spend with my family. So that's what was so important to me. And I remember seeing that debt And I remember thinking about how much, if I wanted to make more money, I would have to work more, how difficult that would be, because having a baby, I just wanted to be with her. And the career that I had picked because I wanted to be a mom had me working evenings and weekends. And so that meant I wouldn't be able to sing her to sleep at night. I wouldn't be able to read stories to her. I wouldn't be able to go camping on the weekends or go to the beach or go to the park, all the things that I looked forward to as a mom. So I knew that things had to change, and I knew things had to shift, and I didn't have any experience or education. I didn't have any skill set, but I was willing to learn. And so I found somebody that was living the life that I wanted to live. I saw her on social media. She was just posting on social media, and she was always picking up her kids from school. She was at the beach during the summer with her kids while she was working from her phone. She got to take them on holidays and vacations. She took them to Disneyland and to Great Wolf Lodge. She had the life that I wanted. And so I decided to get rid of all the skepticism and the lack of belief that I had in myself. And I just decided to go for it. I just decided to get rid of all of my fears and escape everything that I told myself that I couldn't do. And I decided to learn and go forward. And that single decision has changed the course of our family's life. That single decision has allowed us to pay off our debt. That single decision has allowed us to sell our house in the city that we didn't want to raise our daughter in and buy our dream home in the country where we can be outside and, be in the garden, have chickens and our dogs and go for hikes and spend time together as a family. It's allowed my husband and I to be at home. It's allowed us to spend way more time together. It's allowed us to start dreaming bigger together and building a bigger legacy for our family. It's changed everything. And I get emotional about it because if I didn't have the courage to get over my own shit and have somebody else believe in me, I wouldn't be here. And over the course of the past 5 years, I've had people believe in me that didn't have anything to do with me, that took a chance on me. And I get to give that gift to other people now. I get to show them that they don't have to be stuck in the life where they're exhausted and not seeing their kids and not seeing their partner. And I also get to dream bigger for them until they can start dreaming bigger for themselves, because I wouldn't be here if somebody didn't share their vision with me. And I know that we can't save everyone, but we can save ourselves and we can show them how we did it. So if there's somebody out there that is watching this for some crazy reason today and you're saying, that could never be me, that's not true. It can be you. And there are people like me who just want to pay it forward because we have been so blessed with time and our freedom and our finances. And we know that now is the time to pivot. We know that this is your chance. And that's why we get so loud about it. My goal is to help 10,000 moms come home to their babies and not have to be at a job away from them. To help 10,000 moms believe in themselves like somebody believed in me so they can make 6 figures from their phone. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm here to do, is to help other people believe in themselves. Because that belief and that one decision changed the course of our life forever. And now we get to make a bigger impact. We get to give back more than we ever could before. And we get to help people just like you start living differently with different family values and different levels of impact and a bigger awareness of their community and the people that they're touching in their lives. We get to help people do that. And it's pretty freaking awesome. Okay, I shared my heart today, but I got work to do because there are many of you that have been in my inbox this week, and it's just one of those things, when you start being in alignment with what you're meant here to do, everything falls into place. And I know a lot of you guys have been in my inbox this week, and I've been on a conference for the last couple of days, but I'll get back to you right now. And if you haven't reached out and you're seeing this video today and it hits home for you because you want to clear your debt, you want to be at home with your kids, you want to figure out a better way to live life, If you're not happy with how things are going, you get to change it. And there are people out there like me that want to help you. So please send me a message or share it with a friend who you know needs something like this in their lives. And I'm more than happy to help. Because if somebody didn't ask me, I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't be able to help you in the way that I can.